What's up, everyone? I am back from San Diego Comic-Con. Strangely enough, everything tastes like tortillas, but we're back tonight opening some new toys and hanging out with Jay from GEEK.DAD.LIFE. So grab a seat, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, say hi in the chat, and let's get it started. Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one Zusi on the name.
Let's try them. Let's still try.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and you are watching Unboxing Thursdays. If this is your first time tuning in, what I do here every week is I sit down and, I'm a bit of a hoarder, and I open up some toys. And I like to sit down with a friend in this collecting community, enjoy this hobby, enjoy these toys, and just kind of chat about collecting awesome stuff. And the best part is I get to chat with you, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Thank you so much. You could have been anywhere tonight, but you're here with us, and I appreciate you. And this is available on Twitch. This is available on YouTube, wherever you're watching. Thank you for your support. It all means a lot. So if you have a second, leave that thumbs up, leave a message. It costs you nothing, but it helps the channel out immensely. If you haven't noticed, I have been, the last week I was in San Diego for a Comic-Con, my first time ever. And it's just been a really cool experience to kind of see this spectacle for the first time. But also the most important part to me was hanging out with friends, people I've met before, people who I've been chatting with online, but never had the pleasure of shaking their hand or grabbing a drink with them, hanging out. So it was definitely a highlight of the year. The convention itself was ridiculous. And of course, one of the highlights of this highlight of the year, yo, dog, I heard you like highlights, but one of the highlights was that I was invited onto a panel when I was out there. So the person who invited me on will be my guest tonight, Jay from GEEK.DAD.LIFE, just giving him a few minutes. Until that time, I would invite you all to watch last Friday's episode of Unboxing Thursdays. Yes, you heard that right, last Friday's episode. Scheduling changes, West Coast, timeline, I had to change it around a bit. There was a lot of crazy hijinks, but whenever you see the enablers in person, you got to do something that you can't do over a live chat, live stream. So if you have a chance, please watch that and some of the other content from San Diego Comic-Con. I had a couple of live streams, although those are, I guess, old news now. But also some video interviews with Kyle from Super 7, Blaine from NECA, June from Jada Toy, and some people from the Hasbro Star Wars team. And I feel like the N1 Starfighter is overshadowed by the Ghost HasLab from last week. So there's a little in-depth look that I'm going to put together and have up for the channel. So please subscribe, stay tuned. Lots of content on the way. Before Jay gets here, let's take a second to say what's up to everyone joining us on this Thursday evening. Thank you so much for being here, the Butter Nation. We have Loki in the chat. We have channel member Sam Rock, Toy Geekosaurus. I think that's a new name here. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Silver K's here. I think I got to meet her very briefly in San Diego, and she was in attendance for the panel. And she has a Star Trek stream, the GTFO channel, I think. Geek the F Out. Great name. Let me go through these real quick. We have Toy Rensu here, channel member John Takis, Don Muchichiato. Good to see you. Good to meet you in person. The Nature Valley King himself. Winger Loses here. Paul Morales. Toy Chase. Also got to meet you. That was awesome. Bearded Builds. RMD Collective, the homie. We got to hang out for a few days. That was super cool. Always a support of the channel. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see. Toy Rensu, I got some toys for you. You don't want any more John Takis stream elements. Literally Action Figs is here. Larry's Geeky World says, what's up? How are we all doing tonight? I'm good. I'm hanging out. I'm going to bring on our guest right after I get through these names so he can have a minute or two to settle in. We have Ryan Dole here, which I wish we could have hung out in San Diego, but he wasn't there. couldn't make it. Loki, Johnny Cock is here. Matt Logic 44, welcome back. It's been a weird day today. I had to tear down all of this for the traveling live stream and then put it back together. But we can talk about that in a little bit. We have D Cirtle is here. Daniel, good to see you. I couldn't get any Micro Galaxy Squadron from Jazzwares. That line was stupid every day. As stupid as me. Beast Boy, some butter sticks in the chat. Thank you so much. David De La Huerta, welcome. Ryan Ting is here. What's up, man? Says Geek Dads Unite. We are all geek dads, most of us, aren't we? Super cool. Beast Boy says hit the like button, kids. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Jason Lowe, what's up, man? Gonna see you soon, right? 80s baby, Hung Win, Greg formerly the Brute Scale. Lots of new names in the chat. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Nod 101, Kenton, Studio Henge, Monsters from Beyond. Oh man, yes, have some podcasts. Hello, how are you? Good to see you again. Well, again, the guest tonight was, for some reason, super nice. Well, not for some reason. He is super nice, but for some reason, invited me to do a live panel out in San Diego. And, let's not waste any more time. From the YouTube channel GEEK.DAD.LIFE and GEEK.DAD.LIFE on all the socials, please welcome to the show, Jay.
Hello.
Yo. One of the best ToyTuber voices out there, by the way.
You know, a lot of people said that during, like, people that would say hi to me on the floor, like, oh, I recognize the voice. That's how I knew it was you. I heard the voice before I recognized your face. And I've never thought of my voice as being all that good. I've never been a big fan of my voice. So I find it funny when people say things like that.
It's a great voice. Do you ever sometimes take offense, be like, hey, are you saying I just have a good radio voice? And like not but you're on screen.
Everything else is awful.
But welcome, man. How's your band practice?
It was good. It's because I'm a little raspy. It's because I sing one song and it's a belter. So I'm a little raspier than usual. That's why. We got our first concert coming up in Raleigh in a couple weeks, so it's getting to that, do or die time, get the set ready and all that fun stuff.
All right, this is insane because, I mean, your YouTube channel, you have awesome content going out all the time. You have all the shows, you maintain a website and socials and things like that for your followers, and you're in a band, you got a family.
Yeah.
A lot of people say to me, like, Kevin, how do you have time? And then I'm like, I don't know, I just do. But then, I see somebody like you who's doing even more. And like, how do you have time? Like, it's nuts.
You kind of try and thread the needle. I was a little late to this because my wife, Colleen, is also doing her own podcast right now.
Oh, wow.
So I had to get the boys to bed. Like I got done with band practice, ran upstairs, get the boys to bed, tuck them in, kiss them goodnight, and then run back down here. So you kind of just, I don't know, you try and make it work. This week's a little bit crazier because, Comic-Con didn't get back till Tuesday. So like all this stuff that would be spaced out more is more compacted into this week. I have a very supportive wife. And as far as like the band stuff goes, just like we rehearse on Mondays and, we kind of just fit it in where we can because we're all three of us are dads and we just try to make it work.
Someone in the chat said Geek Dad Band. Is that the name of the band?
No. We just released our first EP. You can find it on Spotify and iTunes, Wide Eyed Nowhere. But we have our first show coming up in Raleigh at School Kids Records.
Damn.
But I haven't played like I haven't played a concert because I was in bands and stuff before I got into podcasting, like in my late teens and early 20s. And so this will be our first like concert like this in almost 20 years. So it's going to be interesting.
I feel like if you sing in a band, you kind of have to have, it's a given that your voice is, would sound smooth in a regular conversation radio. Don't you think?
I don't know.
It's all in the pipes.
I've always been a guitarist, but we're a trio, so you kind of everybody has to sing. Everybody has to kind of do everything. So there's one song that I sing on, and yeah, it's dad band reacts. It's and that too. It's like trying to make sure we don't go into dad bad territory, which is it's a slippery slope. But
That's true.
it's at this point, it's just more just to play. I love playing music. I've played guitar for nearly 30 years, and to me, it's the fun of writing music and playing music with other people, and then playing live. There's nothing like it in the world, and that's why I do really like live streaming and YouTubing podcasts. It's that similar type of thing where like performing live in front of people. There's nothing quite like it in terms of that energy that you get from it. You know?
Yeah, this is exactly like rock and roll.
It's the modern equivalent, right? Like back when we were growing up, I was like, hey, can you come see my band? Now it's like, hey, can you come watch my YouTube channel?
That's
true. My podcast.
Want to talk about toys? Well, we've only chatted prior to San Diego. We've only chatted briefly, I think, once on the bootleg show with Dole.
Yeah,
and since that time, I noticed like you had a lot of great classic toys behind you. I've been trying to get you on, but due to some scheduling issues, I tried to get Wade on to talk about the Kickstarter for Odious. Luckily, that backed. And,
I mean, honestly, that took priority. I was like, nah, that's way more important than me coming on and yammering about whatever. So
I told him it better happen because I'm pushing back GEEK.DAD.LIFE for this, and he said I'll back some more units myself. But in that time, I've been watching your streams, and it's crazy because you feel like all the toy people out there on the internet, but you watch some of these other streams, and a lot of the names are very different in the chat. Maybe like one or two you recognize. So in case there's anyone here tonight who hasn't checked out GEEK.DAD.LIFE and what you're all about, what are you into collecting? We see some of the stuff, some of the examples behind you. What are you into? What got you into collecting?
I think I've always just been a collector at heart, like even when I was just a kid buying toys like Ghostbusters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe. I loved the world building that I could do where, like I have Duke leading a team of Batman, Leonardo, and Ray Stantz, and just kind of creating these stories with all of these characters that I love from movies or TV shows. And so like being creative with toys and making my own stories with these little action figures is like the foundational piece to all of my creativity that I have today. And so collecting kind of represents that, where I love so many different properties from the 80s and 90s, the eras that I grew up in. And my collection is representative of that, from Star Wars, which I think is kind of the true start of modern toys as we know them today, the Kenner Star Wars line, to usually I kind of cap out around the mid 90s, so Power Rangers and stuff like that. And I denote that Power of the Force 2 line is when I shifted from just a kid buying toys and loving toys to collector
status.
Yeah. Right, but I was still just like, I still love toys and I don't want to stop buying toys, so I'm a collector.
You can't stop, won't stop. You did a stream last night with your SDCC pickups.
Yes.
People go watch that that's on GEEK.DAD.LIFE.
You don't even need to watch this one because I'm going to open them up tonight with you.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to open up some stuff. The best part is, so you invited me on to the panel. My introduction was that I'm best known for my 17-hour live streams, which isn't, maybe like 6 post. But, when I invited you on, it's funny because you're on the West Coast, and I'm like, okay, yeah, do you want to come on? It's not going to be a 17-hour stream. And you messaged me back. You're like, can we cap it at 11 o'clock my time? Because it's like, I'm tired. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm like, I get it. But also that's 2 a.m. here, which is like, it's.
Wait, no, I'm East Coast time. So it's 11 p.m. my time. I'm East Coast.
Oh, shoot. I thought you were from out there.
No, I'm from San Diego, but I live in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where the confusion, because I was worried you thought that we would go till 2 a.m.
No.
East Coast. Okay. Whew.
No. Like I say 11, and then I'll probably fall asleep at 12 Eastern.
Yeah, I sleep at like 1:30. It's all good. So what did you get from the convention that you would have to open tonight?
Well, I don't know. I a bunch of stuff. I got the Steven Spielberg, one of the hottest items at this
God,
year's con.
that
I got
frustrated me to no end. I couldn't get that.
a big thanks to E&J Monsters from Beyond. I believe is his handle on here.
Oh,
I'm trying to
nice.
look at our names now. But preview night, I was in line at NECA, and then he went to Mattel, and he made the right choice because NECA still had most of their stuff by like Friday or
They
so.
had piles of it. I
Yeah.
can see. Yeah.
You just walk up and get it. But anyways, he was in line there. I was like, oh, what do you need from NECA? I'll get that. And then if you can get, what I need from Mattel. And luckily he didn't need beyond whatever their limits were. So it worked out.
Nice.
But I accidentally bought two things. I bought two black chrysanthemums. So
I ordered that through the code, and then my friend RMD went to the Hasbro store, and I saw in your video you went there too. He's like, they
Yes.
have this, and I thought it was the
Yes.
regular release. So I was like, ah, sucker, you got the regular one. No,
yeah,
I was the one.
So I went to the vault shop too, and I bought this black chrysanthemum. I was like, oh, cool, I can get a Hasbro exclusive, at the con. But then I forgot that I did order it through the QR code, and it just showed up today. Like Colleen, when I opened up the box, she's like, didn't you already get that? I was like, I did.
Like, no,
this
I
is
didn't.
an accident.
Oh, Colleen's super nice. Also, thank you for getting me the pass for that.
Oh yes.
She's
Well, when you
awesome.
said you didn't have the full week, I was like, oh damn it. All right, well let's see what we can do. And then you being an official guest on the panel, we could have, if we would have gotten you on earlier, we could have gotten you just like a panelist badge, and that would have given you all 4 days plus preview night.
Damn, it's all good. It's all good.
Next time.
Yeah,
next time.
were those the two best convention exclusives you got, or just the ones you're opening tonight?
Oh, I got the TMNT pack.
Nice.
This could be argued is the best.
Oh, did you mean to slide it out in the same motion? That was smooth as hell.
Yeah, I totally meant to do that.
Of course.
And then I got the Alf. Oh shit, it's falling over. Ah! Anyways, I got the Alf. Can we curse on this show?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it.
I don't curse that much, but in real life I do. And then
really
Mondo gave me this Magneto.
Yes, that thing looks good.
And then I got the Muhammad Ali figure.
That
so I got a lot. Whatever we want to go for. I tried to come prepared.
People in the chat, you just saw the lineup there. Let me know in the comments what you want Jada to open first. We have side_9 in the chat. Says GDL best Sunday night show. BC DeLorean here. What's going on? Ryan Ting says, Jay, do you guys do any Blink 182 covers?
No, but as a San Diego kid, they're like, at least growing up, they were our band. And actually was friends with Tom DeLonge's cousin. So I've met Tom DeLonge, and he would like sign Blink 182 merch to give away at our high school for like functions and stuff like that. So we could get all this cool, like old Blink 182 shirts and old CDs, like stuff that was even in the late 90s, early 2000s were really hard to get for our high school functions. That's my Blink 182 story.
That's awesome. 2 degrees removed. Shout outs to Ryan Ting for coming to the live panel, running over from
Ryan, like that man was tireless. Like anytime I walked by the Hasbro booth and I would like say, hey Ryan, he was like doing 10,000 things at once. And the fact that he made that trek all the way there, and then Peter from Mondo as well making the trek to it. And then Kyle from Super 7 was like, F you guys, I'm not going to the panel.
Noticeably absent.
And noticeably absent.
Yeah. Had his seat saved for him in the front row. I said, Kyle, you should come take notes. He sent me back the middle finger emoji.
And it was so sad because you made him one of those little, like, things they put on seats at like award shows. Like it had his picture and his name, and it was there in the chair.
Just for him. And then, the whole show he's looked at that empty chair with his picture in it. It's like spelling bee, and then, I got my name mentioned, and, my family wasn't in the seats. Yoko's here. How's it going,
I met
Yoko?
Yes. Inadvertently, I didn't realize I was meeting Yoko, but met Yoko because I bought my wife one of the cool ass Ahsoka rings.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff over there at Rock Love Jewelry. We have
There's
a cat.
all that stuff was great.
Yeah, it's
I,
super
did,
nerdy.
did you have to buy like not you? Did you have to buy any? But I don't know if you had to if you bought any for your significant other. But like yeah, like the kyber crystal necklaces were really cool, and then the lightsaber earrings were really cool, and then the rings were really cool. Really awesome stuff. My wife is also super geek, so she was like all about it, and so definitely pick up some stuff there.
Yeah, my wife barely made it through Comic-Con, so she's like, "I'm not wearing this. As good as it looks." She's like, "This is more than enough." Being here for 4 days. I called it. She's a civilian.
Well, was this her first Comic-Con? Because Comic-Con's a lot.
It is,
especially to a muggle. Like it is not. That's a lot to a non-geek and
yeah, it is. And like downtown San Diego didn't really have much other stuff. It's like mostly restaurants, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We walked around, like the activations were cool for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
She would have liked baseball, but the Padres were in Toronto, so it was flipped around. We watched the game on the TVs there at the bars. But yeah, there wasn't much for her.
Yeah, that's the one bummer is usually smartly so the Padres don't play games during Comic-Con. They're away. And usually they'll either play right before Comic-Con or right after Petco, so I'll see them then, which is what we did this year.
Oh, damn, next time. There's some more names I want to say hi to real quick. Captain K023 KJ Smith, highly articulated, is here, so the crowd at Jay's band show is all con tees instead of concert tees. Nice. We have Black Knight. Let's see real quick. Gonna go through these. 80s baby. What's up, Dario from the Toy Migo says, hope everyone's doing well still on that SDCC high, but definitely crashing down with the normal life again. Ha 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 ha. Dario, you're a legend. We went crazy out there. Dole says Toy Story is based off of Jay.
No. But I did see it in theaters and I was just like, this is one of my favorite movies ever. Still is.
Sergeant Banana says 17 hours is a short one. He's a hater. Shiny plastic people, and yeah, thanks for all the new names being here. Monsters from Beyond, 796 Studios. I got him real good with the tortilla. Augie is here, and let's see. All right, I got some cool stuff to open too.
Okay,
let's see. I got the Jada Toys, Dark Ryu.
Oh, you got that? I'd argue that was the hot exclusive of the con.
It's like that was a sleeper hit because that one was every day sold out from their limits, and I think their stock completely cleared out by the end of the show. Yeah, it was him and Spielberg. I think were the ones that like sold out every day, and then eventually were sold out for the show. The ACBA legend Poncheezy's here says, my wife went to a Blink show. Her friends freaked out in the pit, and she made my wife split. Is that a lyric or did that actually happen?
That feels like a lyric.
It sounds like I need Ryan to confirm that one. But yeah, the Spielberg I had to order online, and that one was tough. Micro Galaxy Squadron, I wanted to grab those, and couldn't get in line for those. Yeah, I got to talk with the head of, or whoever manages that line, Max, I think is his name. Yeah. Really great guy. And it's my son's favorite toy line. And so my son was just like geeking out. And then Max was super kind of talk with my son for a while. I was like, what do you like best? And then they just had like a conversation about Star Wars for like 15, 20 minutes. And then Max gave him some of the little Series 4 blind boxes. Yes. And he made my son's Comic-Con. He just was on cloud 9 for the rest of the show because of that. So I don't know if Max watches the show, but like you made my son's con that first night, or Thursday. I think we went. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? But anyway, he seems like a big fan and really excited to be working on that line. Wade is here from Unparalleled. Says, "What's good?" Says, "What's up? What's up? Nice to meet you last week, even though it was quick." Yeah, see, again, I was in line for NECA, and it wrapped around like this way. And then Jada was wrapping around this way, and like we were both like on opposite lines at the same time.
and then we chatted. But he was going for Dark Ryu, and he made the right choice because again, the NECA stuff was available like by Saturday still. I should have gotten the Dark Ryu.
This
Evil
was
Ryu,
my
sorry,
first.
Evil
This
Ryu.
was my first one out there. Would you have any? Actually, Colleen gave me some pretty good tips about going into the panels.
Oh yeah, it
which,
was her tip.
She was like, go into the panel before and
Yep.
and
Bathroom
and
pass
kinda-
it.
bathroom pass. I didn't even know
Yep.
that was a thing, but I waited
Mhm.
like a chump and peed myself. But I got good seats for the Marvel Legends panel. Prime seating.
Yeah,
Pants wet, but beautiful stream.
The bathroom pass trick is a really good one, especially if you have like a friend that doesn't care about the panel that you want to see, but maybe they wanted to see the one before you, so they go to that one, and then as they're leaving, they give you the bathroom pass on the way out, and then you go into the bathroom pass to get back in.
That's the trick.
Pro tip.
I could have used a lot of those. Was there anyone there you didn't get to see that you wanted to, whether it be a celebrity or a panel? Because there's so many people who but also know you. There's so many events and lines that you want to get to. Was there something that you missed out on?
The only thing was the Star Wars panel. Oh, and the Turtles panel. I did want to go to that, but by the time we got they kept doing the crazy Hall H thing where you have to like go all the way to like one side and you got to go through security and go through this winding thing. But Hall H was half empty, if not more, the entire con. Like it didn't need to have the same level of line management. And so I didn't get to that one. And then the Star Wars one, the line management on that one was really crappy because I think due to the fact that there was less actors there, the toy panels, like the industry toy panels, were slammed. And Colleen, she left the Marvel Legends panel early to get in line for the Star Wars panel, so then we could go get in line with her. And what happened was they cut it off and they made 3 shoots of lines. She was the oldest, or the line that was there the longest, but they made one on the inside, and we knew it. We knew they were gonna just not know and then start with that inside line. So that one go ahead of us. And we're like, hey, no, like we were the first line. We ended up not getting in by like pretty much that amount of people. But luckily you were there streaming it, so nobody had to truly miss the Star Wars panel.
Yeah, couldn't have been possible without a little help from my friends. Some people, I had to stay for the Marvel one because they were handing out HasLabs. I'm like, I'll buy another plane ticket to bring this home. I don't care.
Did you get video footage of that? Because I have video footage. I did shoot some video of Ryan Ting running around.
Oh, I have a picture of Ryan holding the Galactus over his head.
That was one of my favorite moments of Comic-Con. Ryan running around and like, what's the number again? And just like trying to yell the seat number.
He was like a server at a restaurant.
Yes,
they were calling out the orders to him.
But the thing is, like, it was all on his shoulders, and then some of the people like on the panel like were kind of talking or whatever. It's like, I need the number.
Yeah, I was actually staring at Dan, trying to do my best Charles Xavier. I was like, row 1 C13, row 1 C13. Look at me, Dan. Look at me. And he just never looked over once. I didn't even know if that was the right seat. I just wanted it to be close.
Yeah, it's we got close a couple times. I was with the YHS crew, row 11 or 13 or something like that. But yeah, it was not only like just a couple HasLabs, but it was a ton of stuff. It was at
one
least
Galactus, one Sentinel, and a bunch of Hellfire Club sets.
Yeah, it was like at least 10 things, right? Total.
Yeah. I'm gonna practice this more. Punch Easy says he had to stand while streaming the whole thing. Oh no. Yeah, no Carson Teva. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I did get the Ryu.
Awesome.
Got in line for Bandai, and I impulse bought a Spider-Gwen from Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, nice.
It's the whole packaging and everything looks really nice. Are you into any of these imports? Not. I've gotten a few over time, but to me, the Marvel Legends Gwen is so good. I was like, this is good enough for me. Oh yeah,
I don't need another one.
The price difference to what you're getting, it's a pretty big jump. I think Mafex is even more so, but the Legend one is really well done.
For like $24, like it looks amazing. So I was like, this is good enough for me. I don't. I know the other one's better, but it's like this is fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm
Punch
fine.
Easy got hit with a copyright because they played that song in the Legend stream.
Oh no.
I met this this fellow named Blake who works on this toy collector magazine.
Oh yeah, Blake, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I started chatting with him. He's wearing a T-shirt, and I'm like, "So, what's this magazine all about?" You know, I don't really see these in Canada. Are they available?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, it must be hard. It was cool because I think they had an exclusive reveal in one
Yeah.
of their issues,
Yep.
and I'm like, that's got to be hard with the internet out there. But to see a physical copy
Mm-hmm.
of print a toy magazine,
Yeah.
this was super cool. And he showed it to me. He's like, "You want it? You can have it." So, you know, I can't believe in 2023 I'm holding
Yeah.
this, and go check out the Toy Collector magazine,
Yep.
people, if you're interested.
Yeah. Big fan of Blake. Big fan of Toy Collector. I've known Blake for a while because John and I did a toy convention in Raleigh, and then we had him as a special guest when issue 2 of Toys That Time Forgot. So he also wrote the series Toys That Time Forgot, which was a 3-book series.
Okay.
With all of these unproduced figures and stuff like that. It's a really cool book series. But because of that work, like he has tons of connections with different toy makers and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you know, he's started this toy magazine. It's 6 issues a year. It's bi-monthly. And yeah, he's had some big reveals. Like his first issue was a Gargoyles NECA reveal. He's had like Super 7 reveals.
Wait, is he the main dude?
Yeah, he's the editor-in-chief of
Oh,
Toy Collector. Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Oh.
I didn't ask him what he did. I'm like, so what's this little magazine about? I thought he was like some correspondent or
No, he is the person that makes it happen, funds it, bankrolls it, edits
Damn.
it, puts it all together.
I didn't know I was talking to the boss himself.
Yeah. Blake's a good dude.
Yeah, he's
it's
super
funny
nice.
though because he hates Comic-Con, so he was because I ran into him. He was going somewhere an opposite direction. I was like, "Hey, we're headed to the Marvel panel. Do you want to come with us?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So he came with us to the Marvel panel. But then he's just like, I don't think he was enjoying the con because it was very busy. It was very crazy. And funny story about him is he was at our ToyTubers panel as well.
Oh, was
he was behind my wife Colleen.
Okay.
And at some point during the panel, and it may be because it's like the first time he got to like sit down and relax, he fell asleep doing our ToyTubers panel, and he was snoring behind Colleen.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Oh, damn. I guess we weren't as entertaining as as riveting as we thought we were. He was like, "Oh, there's that toying around guy who doesn't know who I am and my magazine." Let me just.
No, I just think he was like he's running around all over the place. He's an older.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not old, but he's older than us. And I think finally got a chance to relax, and maybe he fell asleep by accident. But
yeah, I saw him really at like 3 different places, so he was definitely all over. He was
he was all over
breaking and entering panel with Kyle and Ryan and all those people.
Yep.
Did you get a chance to see that one?
So that was at like 5 o'clock, and I think I ran into Ryan and Kyle as they were walking to go to do that panel. I was like, crap! I was like, the timing didn't work. I had daddy duty at that point, so I couldn't pull that off.
Nice. It happened. It happened. Well, I didn't know if I was supposed to live stream that or not, but I didn't. I also didn't have my charger.
That's the tough part too. Is like having battery life and all of your stuff together and good internet connections, and it's really stressful. But you had different tech than me, but you said you didn't like that. You liked the iPhone better than your 360 camera.
Yeah, we can get into that, the whole like logistics of it, because this is my first time doing such a big show like this, and I had different ideas with the 360 cam. Before we talk about the gear, I have one more thing. While we talk about Kyle, he helped me pick up these turtles from
nice.
Target, which aren't even out here yet in Canada. So the turtle tots from the
Yep.
new Mutant Mayhem series. They look awesome. So I'll probably get to some of those tonight. And I hope these glasses fit on the grown-up Donnie, because I lost those on the trip. I brought them with me. So
No.
he's just 2 eyes. But yeah, so I brought a 360 camera, and it's good. I have some B-roll of like walking down the street in downtown,
Yeah.
walking into the convention. That's very cool.
Yeah.
But when you're like face to face like this, just getting 4K footage of your iPhone. I have a 14 Pro Max.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearer, and you have a
Yeah.
wireless mic. I have a wireless mic. That
Yep.
makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
I think
does.
for that, as long as you have a gimbal, maybe with a stand at the bottom, you can set it down anywhere.
Mhm.
You can do that. I've been in Mr. Android Wingerloos for since the first Android. I had the last iPhone I had before this was the iPhone 3GS. So
Okay,
it's
so
been many
yeah, before the
versions.
2010s. Then 3GS is that 09?
I don't know.
I think
I
so.
don't know.
I was an Apple employee for 5 years, and but my yeah, I think that was 09, because it was 06 or 07 was the first one, and then it was 3G, then 3GS.
Speed. Let's add S for 3G speed or something like that.
Yep.
This is the head that Dole showed off last night.
I
The
need it.
sculptor is Orobus Customs.
I need to reach out to them, because that my Hobie needs that.
Orobus, and it's printed by Artman Customs and painted by him. Nico Hodge is an absolute wizard when it comes to this stuff. Look at the texture on this.
Stunning.
The piercings are just clean painted. The kind of hard lines here, the comic looking lines. I just put it on right before we started. How good is that?
It looks so good. So good.
Maybe Legends in the future.
Maybe. I mean, I'm worried. I know they can't say one way or another, but I'm worried they'll wait till like part 2 or whatever to maybe give us another wave of them or something like that.
Oh, really?
I don't. This is speculation. I'm just speculating, but you know, they got so many things to do. What if they're just like, oh, we know a part 2's coming. We'll do the next wave of these kind of figures then. Because the last time we got figures for Into the Spider-Verse was a couple years ago, right? So
right. Well, I don't know.
Every couple years.
We'll have to find out when part 2 is coming out.
Oh, he knows, but I won't share. It's not my business to share.
No. No need to share. It's just I want to see the toys.
Same.
Yeah, let's get into, what are you going to open first? I didn't think I
You
saw
tell. I don't know. Like, what's the
do you plan on opening Spielberg?
Yeah.
Or is it a display piece for you?
Nah, fuck it. I'll open it.
Oh, yes, please do.
All
That's
right,
one of
let's
the
do
things
this.
where it's like I kind of wished it was a 6-inch, but I'm cool with that scale for how unique that piece is. And
Yeah,
for 40
it's kind
bucks.
of like I just didn't. Even though even in pictures like this doesn't look very good, but I was like, but Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, with the director's chair and the camera.
Yeah, like to me, he out of any director has the most films that I absolutely love growing up. So, and I think we talked about it on Yes Have Some or Toy Anxiety that I would be fine with like a Steven Spielberg Legends line of toys. Just like give me every era of Spielberg. Give me the Jurassic Park era. This is a lot of boxes. So I had one box, and now I have another box with the cue to the dramatic unboxing music.
I guess that's part of the real packaging, not the shipping.
But with the motherboard, this part was like the external box, and then I got the other box inside here. Oh, that's pretty sick though.
That's so
Old
pretty.
School Jurassic Park like movie poster.
I don't know why I have the chills right now. It's just a toy. Also, I have it on order, but I just you can't help what your body feels.
That is not. This is my first time seeing this. This looks cool. When I before the movie came out, the book by Michael Crichton, like I'm pretty sure, at least the paperback that I got before the movie was pretty much this logo,
right?
And I was so excited for this movie. But anyway, okay.
NYC Figure Fanatic says Team HTC Dream. That's right. There's 2 Android HTC phones that first came out. One had the slide up with the full keyboard underneath and a trackball. That's what I had.
I will say this. I worked at Google for
Oh,
4
nice.
years, and I was an Apple employee before I went to Google, and I was worried that the Android people were gonna like dump on me the whole time because I would prefer to still use Apple products. But you want to know something? Outside of Android, everybody still used iPhones. Even
Yeah.
at Google. And all the Google employees would like shit on the Android team because they didn't like their product. But anyway, okay, sorry.
I want to shout out Marvelous Nick. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. It's been a long time. Ryan Dole says, "Is there a part 2?"
To what?
I don't know. He's being sneaky.
To Spider-Verse, Across the Spider. Who knows? With the actor strike, maybe we'll never get one.
Oh, it'll be even later.
This is really cool. You have the what are these called? The action things. But look, it actually does it has the clapper on it.
That's the it's called Make Camera Go. It's the Make Camera Go board. And that's when they turn on
Look, it like actually does the thing.
Yeah, that's good detail. That's very, very good convention packaging.
Right? This is great.
Ah, I'm so jealous.
But you got one, so it's coming in the mail, so you're fine, right?
Yeah, so this is my first convention, San Diego, and it's like I understand the importance of getting people out of the lines and managing crowds and whatnot, but it feels like, why can't I just get my hands on something? But that was before I got to NECA.
Right.
And that's not a dig. They just had their stuff.
I give them credit. Like they stocked really well.
NECA had one of my favorite displays out there with all those turtles.
Oh yeah. But there was some sad comments around like there wasn't enough horror or it was too much turtles. Do they even do horror anymore?
Oh, sad comments.
Sad comments.
Please open Alf, says Sam Rock. Yeah, I'll get to Alf tonight. The only reason I got it was because the live stream on Friday night, we were using it as a microphone holder, so it looked great, and I thought I would commemorate the convention with that purchase. There you go. There's the chair.
I'm trying to get this damn Logitech to focus. I should have hooked up my nicer camera, but it maybe only goes an hour before it overheats.
Yeah, not good for 17 hours.
No. Got the camera.
Look at that.
And then, did you watch the Fablemans, perchance?
No, I did not. Which one is Fablemans?
It's like Spielberg's latest movie, but it's kind of like autobiographical.
Oh, I've heard him talk about it on the Smartless podcast, I think, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's really, really good. Highly recommend it. But it just ends up making me love Spielberg even more. But to me, this Dilophosaurus is another big selling point because it just looks so good.
Do you collect the Amber collection, or is it Hammond collection now?
It's Hammond. Hammond's the 3 3/4 inch.
Right.
I do from time to time, not like every single release, but if it's a really good one, I'll pick it up. And Dilophosaurus has always been one of my favorite, but he has like his little thingies down. What would you call that? Is not his gills, but
I called the slate make movie go thing. So we're not gonna defer to me for naming things. Nico's here. What's up, Nico? So everyone, Artman Customs. He's the one who painted this.
Oh, awesome! Head. I need to hit them up because I want one for my.
Movie. And I got to meet him for the first time at the con.
It's looking great. But yeah, this Spielberg, he's very Spielbergy. Some of my same complaints though, like in picture, are true here. His torso is like really weirdly long.
Is it just to maintain that? Was he wearing like an oversized tee back then?
Yeah, I think it's accurate to what he was wearing. But if you look like the crotch is just like kind of diapery. Like just, it's not a good cut. But all of the Jurassic Park Hammond collection figures have this problem. So really, like, to me, it's like you're not really in it for the humans, you're in it for the dinosaurs. But still pretty pumped to have
That looks cool.
my Steven Spielberg.
That's super cool. Well, I wanted to ask, you know, we ran into each other at the Hasbro breakfast on Thursday.
Yes.
And that's the first time we kind of met and chatted in person. And then I ran into you. We're scanning ourselves for the selfie series. I'm very excited for that, by the way. I want to see
Same.
how that turns out.
Even though we fucked it up on first pass.
Did you? Oh,
We
I
both did.
smiled. I smiled, and the first one came out, and I was like, and I redid it like 3 times. So, you know, we have to
But there was like a special like press, or we had to say we were from the press breakfast or something, and we didn't say that, and we had to like do it over again. And
right. So I didn't know. I kept
we were
giving the guy
struggle busing.
the benefit of the doubt, because he's like, okay, scroll to the bottom, and then it's like add to cart $69.99 or something. I said, okay, maybe he has a coupon code for me or something. He's like, enter in your details. I enter it. He's like, scroll down, press yes. Okay, add your payment details. And that's when I was like, okay, so I thought this was supposed to be, you know, included. And that's when we figured it all out. But it was there, which was super cool of you when I ran into you, that you're like, hey, we're doing a panel. Do you want to come join us? And, you know, I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. It just, the whole, I don't know, what it actually represented didn't really hit me at first, because people were like, yeah, you should go. And I'm like, yeah, it's my first time out here. I should, you know, make it, you know, might as well make the most of it.
Might as well be on a panel.
Yeah, like I didn't know how much that it would mean to Kyle. I mean, me. And so, you know, Kyle, yeah, those guys are awesome. You should go on. But yeah, thank you so much. I don't know, like it was just cool to you know, just watch Pixel Dan talk about Motu, and the guy,
Yeah.
his energy is so awesome.
He knows so much more, or he's a professional. Like,
Right.
I feel like everything we do is just like having fun, like we talk about toys, whatever, and then he's like the professional. Like he knows his shit. Has written books about it. So I to me, I was like, well, I hope he doesn't feel like we're too I don't know,
Uncultured.
yes he's like, ugh, these
I get that a
guys.
lot.
But no, yeah, like it kind of worked out, because I thought there was only 5 mics or 5 seats or whatever total. So I was like, well, this is how many I can get on to this thing. But I do another panel for the TV show Lost. That's like the first thing I did in the internet. I did one of the first things was a podcast about that show. And I've done a panel at Comic-Con that was my 15th year doing that panel. And so I did it on Thursday, and I was like, oh, I have another seat. I could put one more person on here. So then I was like, well, I just kind of like, oh, there's perfect. Let's do it. Like, if you want to do it, it's yours. And yeah, so it kind of worked out. I don't know. It was like the stars aligning, that right after I knew I had another seat, I ran into you at the thing. I was like, well, maybe I'll run into Kevin. Maybe I'll ask him. I was like, I literally run into you like right after. I was like, well, this is fate.
It is, because we had to schedule those time slots for the selfie series. So like, we scheduled the same one.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Without knowing, like we didn't plan that.
Yeah.
So,
it was complete stroke of luck.
Yeah,
the stars did align. And the best part, my favorite part, was that the panel itself took place before Kyle's, because I was so happy for him, and he's like, I'm doing my first panel, and it's you know, it's a dream come true. You know,
oh, so is he like pissed that like all his years of doing Comic-Con, you got one your first year? Okay,
essentially.
Okay, yeah.
He's like, I've been in toys for, I don't know, 15 years, and you know, I've been working my ass off to get here. And I just looked at him and just took a sip of my soda. I'm like, yeah, all right. And when we sat down to his panel with Ryan, my wife leans over. She's like, you did this before Kyle? It's like, yes, you're the best. So this is something. So not only do I have to thank you for inviting me on out of the kindness of your heart, but also I get to hold this over Kyle for the rest of our lives.
You had your name, yeah, you had your name card, your placard before Kyle.
I should have walked into the panel with this around my neck.
Like frame it and then have like a nice chain holding it
Yeah,
up.
I already had it ready. I just slipped it in, ready to go. Kyle, I'm happy for you, man. You were up there with a bunch of legends too.
Yeah.
Blaine and Steve, Ryan, Jerry Macaluso, and I think Jordan was the last person, and Daniel Pickett. It's a lot of experienced toy people up there.
Absolutely.
You did good,
Absolutely.
Kyle.
You did
man.
good, but you made it there first, Kevin. So
yeah, I paneled first so that you could. No, that's not how that saying goes. These are pretty basic, you know. What do you expect for little kid turtles? They're just good to look at.
Kind of just the chunks of plastic,
Paints
chunky
up
plastics.
yeah, exactly. They're short and stout.
Here's my handle. How much of the new turtles have you gotten? Like, is this like, does this complete the line for you?
I'm kind of holding out for like an import company to make Ninja Turtles from the movie, like in this look, maybe I don't know, SHF or something like that. But I do want to get all of the villains because I don't think any of those companies would go make as many villains as Playmates would. Like, think about the last iteration of Turtle toys. Like they've made every villain from the TV shows. So that's probably the best way to get bad guys. And you need to have bad guys, and Turtles have some of the best ones out there.
Yeah, I agree. Great rogues gallery. But I don't know. I've loved what Playmates has done with, like, because for so long my complaint with Playmates was like, oh, we're just re-releasing the hits over and over and over again and do something. Luckily, you know, like NECA, Super 7, Loyal Subjects, Mezco, like every other toy company in the world also is making turtle figures. So it's not like there wasn't options, but it's so cool to like have Playmates putting really fun toys on shelves again.
Right. I think that's one of my gripes with Playmates Turtles. It seems a lot of the times uninspired, let's say.
Yes.
There's a lot of repacks.
Phoning
How many times can you do like retro packaging of the same?
Yeah.
You know, this time it's in a Turtle Van box. This time it's in like I get it, but when they actually make like new toys, like these are a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yep. And it was so much fun picking them up and opening them all and playing with them with my kids.
Oh yeah.
But before it is phoning is like when you are still reusing that sculpt, that 7-inch scale sculpt that they did in 2012 or whatever. It's like, come on, like,
yeah,
do it something new. Come on, I love you.
They have the master license, right? And it felt like at the time everyone else was doing it better than.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Maybe that's just the comfort you fall into with
I guess
sitting on that license. Who knows?
We've got a lifetime master license. We don't even have to try till we need to.
So you do with your kids. Is it cool that they get new versions of Ninja Turtles? You know, even though they might not be ones that you kind of identify with.
Yeah, to me, that's the part I love. Is like if there's like I'm not one's like, oh, but it's not the one I grew up with. I don't like that or that perspective. So to me, it's like I love. Like the rise of the TMNT, they weren't really old enough yet to get into that one. And so this is the first time they've had a pass at like having a Turtles that's made for them. And that just has me like tickled pink. It's just so exciting because, you know, it's they're really excited about the movie. And it's not, I don't like, as a father, I don't want to be the ones like putting whatever I love onto them. It's like, you need to love the things that I love. It's just like, it's around. If you want to talk about it, I'd be happy to talk about it, but it's not, you know, you don't have to love the things that I love. You can love the stuff that you like or whatever. But for them to be genuinely like, they see the commercials for the Turtles, like, I want to go see that movie. That's just, it makes me really happy. So I'm really pumped to go see that film with them.
It's probably been a few months since this movie was announced, and I'm ashamed to say, I'll admit it again, that it took me a few months to realize that maybe my kids would like this, because I was just excited for me, like, oh, I can't wait to go watch this. I'm gonna buy all the toys and this and that. And I'm like, I wonder if the kids want tickets to go. So yeah, that's how I'm excited for this too. But gives them a chance to get in on this franchise. Real quick, Alexander Eagleson has been a member for 18 months, a year and a half. Wait, is that a year and a half? No, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
No, that's
that
correct.
sounds right. Yeah, 24 is 2, so
That's two.
Yeah.
That's two babies. That's a re-baby. Says, "Hey friends, thank you, Alexander, so much." Kyle Wadiga has been a member for 23 whopping months. That's almost 2 years. As stoked to see you both on a stream together, even if you're dunking on me the whole time. Miss you, dudes. I mean, is it dunking? These are just facts. That's historically how it went down, Kyle. But man, love you, dude. Love you, dude. We'll see you soon on Enablers. See you back soon. Get well.
Yeah, Kyle said the rivalry is back on between he and I because of my comments. Anyways.
Oh, Yoko. Sorry. Yoko has been subscribed on Twitch for 26 months.
Wow.
My goodness. Thank you, Yoko. Yoko's been my day one and my only one viewer on Twitch. You rock. Thank you, Yoko.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how's Twitch work for you? I mean, how has it gone for you? Because early days of like streaming, because StreamYard you can like multi-stream to like Twitch, Facebook, whatever. So I did that for a little bit. I was like, if you want to find us on YouTube. That's where it'll be. Like, has it been fruitful for you to have like the multi-streams going on?
Again, Yoko is the one viewer over there right now.
So is that it?
Sure.
She's still the only one that views over there?
Yeah, there's one viewer.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's because I don't know. When I watch like some really good Twitch people, like my friend Fred, who streams Lego, like they're involved and there's all these activities that you can do and use channel points and this and that. And I feel like maybe because I'm splitting my attention this way, trying to get everything at once, that I'm not giving that same attention and interaction on that side. So maybe I don't need it, but you know, there's 5 people subbed over there who I will not downplay their significance. Thank you. But no, it's not popping off like YouTube. Did you find sorry, let's bring it back a bit. When did you start the whole YouTube thing?
29. So really rewind it back. I started a podcast about the TV show Lost in 2005, and that blew up, and that was my full-time job up until 2010, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna get married. I needed to like have a job that has more stable income, because this was before monetization. What it is now? Like if monetization was back then like it is today, I could have kept doing it as a full-time job. It just wasn't the case back then. So I've built a career in tech and all that kind of stuff, but it got to the point where my kids were old enough where you're kind of out of that haze of like early child ring where you don't even exist as a person. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just like, so coming out of that phase of our 2 kids, I was like, okay, it's time. Like, I want to do things that are creative again, and like, just, I don't know, making stuff. And so I'd done audio for so long that I was like, I want to try video. I want to try like editing videos and all that kind of stuff. So right before the pandemic, essentially, fall of 2019, launched GEEK.DAD.LIFE. The original idea was just like, whatever is going on in my life, because I'm a geek dad.
Right.
But then the pandemic hit, and all that I could really do was buy toys, which is like the collecting side of my GEEK.DAD.LIFE became the only thing I could do during the pandemic. And so that's what kind of garnered the audience to the channel, and it kept growing. I was like, well, I guess this will be the focus of the channel, is toy collecting. And kind of while doing that, I experimented with live streams. John and I were going to try to do a podcast outside of the YouTube verse. But we did a live stream about PowerCon in 2020, and we had a blast doing that. I was like, screw the podcast, we'll just do live streams once a week, and that's how the live streaming component of Geek.DAD.LIFE came to be as well. But
How long did it take before you scrapped that part and you realized that live streaming was the way to go?
we did, I think, 6 or 7 episodes of the podcast before we did that live stream and said, fuck it, we'll just make a live. This will be a live stream that we do.
It's just simpler, right?
It is.
Because you don't have to do the editing. Again, I think we're in similar situations, minus the rock and roll part, but like the band life. But like, you know, you work during the day, and then kids, and then, you know, editing.
Yeah,
is a lot of time.
It is.
And
but I will. My technique to podcasting was more like how a band would record music, in that you'd record a scratch track, or you would record, and if you fucked up, you would stop from there, go back, and then edit from there. That's how I always did podcasting. So that's what kind of developed when you hit record, above all else, just try to not have to edit. And then doing it live takes it to another level of just like, no, you have to be engaging, not lose the audience,
right,
and like self-edit as you're going live. And it's, to your point, it's so much easier than like, let's shoot or record for 4 hours, and then want to edit that down to 1.5 hours or 1 hour. That is hell. And people do that.
No, I've done
I don't know
that.
how.
I've done that.
It's awful, isn't it? It's the worst.
Yeah, it is. It's like and I love hanging out with the Boba Squadron. We did pre-records for a little bit, and I love hanging out with them. But like guys, can we keep it tight? Like, this is not gonna work in editing. But no, I get it. It's like 4 hours, then you cut it down to whatever, and then you got to trim some more. It's many hours for that 1 hour ish thing.
Yep. It looks good. They're so chonky. I love them.
Right? Look at him. His head looks like a wad of chewed gum. Like, just stick it out on here. This thing's awesome.
Did you hit up because they had a real turtle van in next to Petco Park? Did you see that? Did you walk by that at all?
Damn. No, dude. Things that I missed. I didn't know like Walter Jones was there, the original Black Ranger from MMPR.
Oh yeah,
he's
there like every year.
I'm new. Let me look in the camera. I'm new here. It's my first day. I wanted to go see like David Nakayama, who does a lot of the Marvel Legends, some of the box art for the retro stuff. I missed a fair amount of stuff, so I didn't even know there was a turtle van. There was a Hello Kitty food truck at Petco Interactive. We got there 15 minutes before they closed on the last day.
Oh no!
It was there, right? It was a disaster. But there's a lot I didn't know. Matt Logic 44 has been a channel member for 25 months. Thank you so much for the support. It says, thanks for all the SDCC coverage from both of you. I felt like I was there. My pleasure.
To me, that's like sharing it with other people is so much fun. But hopefully like encourage people like, you need to come experience this too. Like if you're like us and you love this like nerd culture, there's nothing like it in the world. And even if you've been, actually, I'm curious your thought, this is your first time. Like, I'm sure you've been to other conventions and stuff like that before. Isn't this like, there's just nothing that compares to what this experience is like?
I haven't been in attendance of anything like this at all. By like the second day, I came in through the wrong doors, and there was a whole like other hemisphere of the convention floor. I'm like, where am I? I thought I was going in the right direction, and like all these things were there, the artists and whatnot. So, for my Toronto people, like Toronto Comic Con or Fan Expo, this is like 4 times, 5 times larger, maybe, with legitimate actual companies showing out. Like, this is where their stuff is going to be seen. Like, it's not just vendors and a few small companies here and there. So I can't imagine what it's like with celebrities and the movie stuff. But I've heard you say, and Augie, friend of the show, say that like without Hall H, all those nerds are now into the main floor with everybody, and
it kind of, I didn't like it, to be honest. It made the floor was extra this year, and And this was my 16th or 17th Comic-Con. And yeah, the lack of Hall H, pulling people, and even Ballroom 20, because Ballroom 20 is, I think H is 6,000, Ballroom 20 is 4,000. So without those halls pulling large chunks of people away, that floor was nuts. And I couldn't even do like a big walkthrough of Hasbro's booth, because the Hasbro booth the whole time was slammed.
Shoulder to shoulder, like every time you went in.
So I went start of the day, end of the day. Every time I stopped by, that place was packed. Which is good for Hasbro, but yeah, that was the case for or even just walking. Again, there's times where it will be like where you came just like shoulder to shoulder, just trying to like get through. But there's also moments where usually it's not so bad, but I never got a moment like that this year. It was slammed the whole time.
Just 1 second. I just took a look at Twitch, and it's important because the Son of Eagle resubbed and has been subscribed for 16 months.
Hello there.
Thank you so much. Says, hey, Kev, Yoko is not alone, and also gave out 1 community sub. Alexander, appreciate you. And of course, here on YouTube, Silver K with 3 Ys
Smooth like butter.
became a channel member. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. If you're tuning in for the first time, you're like, what's all this channel member stuff? It's just a way for you to support the content being created here on the channel. There's different perks at different levels. You get the special emojis that you see in the chat. Usually they're to roast me or other people who are on here, but feel free to use them. That's why they're there, and interact with everyone here in the chat. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here.
What should I open next? Should I open another thing?
I got Alf here. Someone was asking about Alf.
I have Alf. Should we Alf together?
Yeah. Is there a cooler name? Alf together? Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. It's weird. Someone said thank you for your coverage for the show. I didn't go with the intention of like covering the convention. No, I'm like, okay, I got to get in there, and then if I get a good seat, like I'm gonna do this. But it wasn't my objective to go do that.
Well, you did a great job.
Maybe now I will be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You did a great job. I do like there's like this kind of silvery kind of component to the box. Like it's kind of
on the borders here.
Yeah, like it's slightly more premium than you would see at a normal like retail NECA box. Can
we see it on camera here?
I don't know, but it's nice.
Yeah, this one I saw and I'm like, this is a really cool convention exclusive because they had the pass and all this. I'm like, I don't need it. And then this blue backpack fits one of my wireless mics perfectly, and we use it as almost like an interview microphone on the live stream. So I'm like, all right, to commemorate this, I will get this on the last day. It was great.
Yeah, for me, I was just like, I wanted to get the Alf figure, but I haven't gotten him yet. And this is the same figure, but with just like Comic-Con shit. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to get him. And that's all for 1 and Alf for 2.
Nice. Yeah, Panchisi, sometimes the 6-hour live streams I know are hard for people to rewatch. It's a lot to digest.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes people watch it on their commute, and it's like it can cover their whole week's worth of commute to work. So hour and a half to 2, I want to cap it out at on normal days, except enablers. But I get it.
Well, there's like one of my favorite podcasts is Blank Check with Griffin and David, and they regularly have like 2.5 hour, 3.5 hour shows. But that's what's nice about those is you're right. You can kind of just like break them up and parcel them out over a week or something like that. So your bag is taped to the back of the Alf.
Oh shoot. Oh, there it is. Record for 4 hours and hire someone else to edit. When I get to that level, yes, absolutely.
But see, I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a control freak. I don't want somebody else editing my shit.
I find it hard that like, can I find somebody with the same sense of humor as me that would make the right cuts or make the right pauses?
Yes.
To kind of hold that joke. But then I'm like, I'm not that funny. Like this can't be unique, can it?
I don't. To me, and maybe it's just like the music part of it, but like the rhythm of editing is really important, and it's hard for me to think of somebody that isn't me feeling the same rhythm that I would
Right.
feel for a scene or something. You know?
Yeah, I've thought of that. It's hard.
This Alf is amazing. This little Hawaiian shirt is so perfect.
Dom says, I've shaken hands with Walter Jones and didn't notice he was missing a finger. Shows how aware I am. If I shook hands with a Power Ranger, I wouldn't be like,
How
"Something's
many
missing here.
digits do you have?
Something's off with this handshake." No, man, I'd just be so excited. Just like shaking hands with you, Dom. It was good to meet you. I will try to go next year if I can get like a press. If I somehow qualify for a
You
press
can
badge.
get press. You can easily get pressed.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Especially you did coverage this year. So when you do the press application, you just got to show you know, some things that you've done, and especially if you've covered Comic-Con before.
I'm linking your live stream, by the way.
Please, like, yeah, like
I'm linking it for sure. It's in my 2023 SDCC playlist. Hey, figure report, what's going on? Yeah, because I feel like preview night is, especially for toy people, is a huge part. If you want to cover
preview
stuff.
night's the Super Bowl of like toy shit, you know.
It's a Super Bowl and All-Star game when you look at
Yes.
it, because you see all the people that you know from online and friends in collecting.
It's also the night to like get shit done. Like I try and get as much of the exclusives and stuff I want that night so I can just like enjoy the rest of the con.
Yeah. Because if you can't get it that night, then you know like how to kind of split up your priorities in the next few days.
Yep.
All right, I will apply. My wife won't be joining me, but I will apply.
I mean, hopefully, Comic-Con approves me to do another ToyTubers Unite panel. So we'll do it 2 years in a row. And if I get the panel, Kevin, you're in then. So like, don't stress it.
I was hoping it's an automatic redo for next year.
I hope so. I've done that other one for like 15 years, so I hope they let me keep doing this one.
Ooh, Ryan Dole wants to organize a Spider-Verse panel.
It doesn't matter because Ryan Dole, you have to show up, sir. I'm just kidding. You had good reasons not to come to this year's con.
Nick, if you're a channel member, it'll have a pop-up like a anniversary message. But thank you.
Yeah, like you get like with the channel memberships, you get like one a month that you can use or something like that.
What about, real quick, what do you think about the Ghost? It was funded. We hit the first tier. I know you probably talked about it in excess the last few days.
Not too much. I mean, we talked about it.
Hit us with your thoughts, man.
I backed it. I love it. I'm super. I'm super happy for the Star Wars team, right? Because it had to have been stressful to have two of them in a row not make it, right?
It's like that. It's like getting 2 strikeouts, and it's your third at bat. You know,
right?
You want to make contact.
Absolutely, and so I would assume they were stressing or you know, at least I don't know. I don't work there, so I don't know if they're like the execs were like, this is your last chance. If this one doesn't go, we're changing the team or something. I don't know. But so anyway, I think in a world where people like us have given the Star Wars team a lot of shit for either like HasLab's not being what we want as fans, or you know, some of the releases not being what we're looking for. I feel like they knocked that one out of the park. The vehicle's amazing. We've wanted Rebels in TVC scale forever. This is going to give us the Rebels crew pretty much, and they're going to do mainline for Sabine and Chopper. And yeah, it's a really big and fucking amazing looking ship. Like, so, and it's a ship that while the Razor Crest is amazing and I love Mandalorian and I have a Razor Crest,
Yep.
to me, the Rebels Ghost is a more look at that right there. Is a more iconic vehicle than the Razor Crest, especially since the Razor Crest blew up. Unless he gets
The
another
week
Razor
after it
Crest.
funded.
Right? Exactly. To me, the Ghost is a more iconic. It's a really iconic vehicle. So yeah, but not only that, I feel like they had really good reveals even beyond the Ghost. But super happy for them that it funded, and I hope it continues to do really well because I want all of them tiers. I want them all.
Yeah, I think it was cool they showed them all up front.
Yeah.
But for me, it felt like now it's included, and then there's this fear that if it doesn't hit those tiers, I'm getting something taken away from me. So it's like either way they're screwed.
But
They don't show it now or show it later.
the thing is, like, in at least just to me, they all of what's the highest one? 17,000.
They've hit that.
It's pacing currently with the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest went to 28,893. So even if it paces less than the Razor Crest, there's no reason it can't hit all of those tiers. And it currently is pacing with. So
I have a sad comment here.
Oh, here we go.
From YouTube. Why? A insignificant ship from a cartoon that you're only able to see on the Disney Channel. This one is easy skip.
It's clearly Jeffrey Hood never watched Rebels, because Rebels, I'd argue, not only is it one of the best Disney Star Wars things, I think it's just one of the best Star Wars, period. So good.
Yeah, the cheering in the room when they announced it, and how good that Kanan looks with the swappable head.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And there was some worry that we say they started doing because Ahsoka's essentially a sequel series to Rebels. I think it's
right.
Filoni has said as much. And it's like, well, spoiler alert, probably not going to get a Kanan figure if they do once for that. But the fact you're getting the Rebels crew with this set and getting a Kanan is so freaking cool.
Did you catch why there was no Sabine in that one? Did you have an interview with the team afterwards?
No, but they're doing a mainline, or at least when I was shooting it and they were talking about it, they're doing a mainline Sabine, I thought.
The mainline looks more, I think, Ahsoka mixed with the actress, in my opinion.
And that's fine. I'm sure they'll do another one that's more, because even all the figures for this set, they're still using the actors' likenesses, kind of like the Ezra uses the actor who's going to play Ezra, I think, as the basis.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that doesn't bother me as much, because it is kind of a weird thing to translate the cartoon to a TVC scale. Even when they did the Black Series Rebels crew, translating that to, it didn't look exactly like the cartoon, which I'm fine with, because if I do have one critique of Rebels is the art of that show wasn't all that good. The CG wasn't great. It was fine, but it wasn't later seasons of Clone Wars and Bad Batch look way cooler than Rebels does.
Definitely a few years behind. This, everyone, is a cell phone. You could get a wearable battery pack.
My grandma had one of these for years. I kind of wish I would have kept hers, because these brick ones are awesome.
These are ridiculous. I love it. Giant camera. So you got two different video cameras. You got Spielberg's and you got this.
Oh, damn, you're right. This is the style my dad had, or my parents had. So somebody, I don't know if you saw them. I mean, there's a bajillion people there, but someone was filming the con with a old school Magnavox VHS.
Really?
Yeah, camcorder. And I wish I would have went up to him hey, are you posting this anywhere? Because I really would like to see this footage.
Digitized?
Yeah, just because I have a VHS player, and you can just digitize the VHS tape. It still would look like a VHS tape. It can be done.
Is he gone? Is Alf not available on NECA's site?
Is he? Because he was very available at the con.
Yeah, I got the giant NECA reusable bag, and I put this one figure inside. That's all I got.
It is a big bag.
It was one of the
Not
best
quite
looking
Funko
ones.
large, but this is a great figure. I love this guy.
Convention or not, like, come on, look at this. The badge.
Yeah, he's. I think he's gonna land a spot somewhere here-ish on my little shelf.
I think if I go again, I'm gonna bring him as my microphone again.
Ooh, I love that.
Thank you, Matthew Toy, for that ingenious idea. John Taker says, getting the ghost, just hope to the back slot takes the 2014 shuttle. I don't think
It doesn't.
Does.
I asked him that on when I shot my video for it. They said no. The previous Phantom 1 does not fit in that slot.
Right.
It scales with it, but it doesn't click into it. So you could have the Phantom 1 there. It'll scale fine with it, but it doesn't fit into it.
I think I was standing next to you when you were. Did you also ask, like, if you were to make one?
Yes.
Would you, like, they would keep it in mind, obviously, that it would fit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I was standing next to you.
Oh yeah, maybe you were. Like
Yeah.
I like how there's like, yeah, idiot. Of course we would make it work with the next. That's how I felt they responded to me with that question. Which fair enough. I was like, okay, yeah, obvious. But I was like,
there
I
a
just wanted
pause?
to ask.
Was there a pause? Like,
yeah, you can see in the video because I saw it
obviously
only on him. It's like, well, yeah, of course, we'll factor that in. I was like, okay, all right, sorry.
We have another hardworking panelist or exhibitor, Dan Yoon, in the chat. What's up, Dan? Shout outs to the Hasbro Star Wars team and fans. Hell yeah, man. Dan, it's funny because I commented on his post. It was great to meet you, and he's like, oh, I didn't realize this was our first time meeting because we interact often online. That it's like he hadn't even realized that we had never met before.
That's what's
cool. Or he forgot.
That's what's cool about Comic-Con. Another part I love about it is you're meeting friends from online and in real life, and sometimes like that's the one time a year we get to meet all those friends, and
yeah,
I love that part of it. I love that part of it.
That's why like missing some of those celebrities. I'm like, yeah, but they're just celebrities or people I've seen on TV. Like I want to chat with some of these people who I've had engagements with, online and the community. I didn't even think it would happen. Like 3 or 4 people were like, "Are you toying around?" Wait, I shouldn't do that. They're like, "Are you toying around?" And I was like, "Yeah." Did someone pay you to say this to me? Because it's happened before. Mario 796 Studios has done that before.
Oh, really? That's mean.
They like to play on my ego. But sorry, yeah, you were gonna say.
Oh no. But Dan, it was awesome meeting Dan Yoon this year. I'm a huge Dan Yoon fan. But he shit talked my Padres, so I guess whatever.
I was standing there minding my own business at the breakfast, and then he saw me, and then he started talking about the Blue Jays. And what the hell did I do?
Also, like the Mets, I mean, the Padres are really disappointing this year. Don't get me wrong, but the Mets are the most disappointing team in baseball right now. So I'm sorry.
This is turning into Dole's show last night. Gotham City, the best sports Star Wars and Marvel Legends stream out there. That was a great show. Kent says, I'm visiting with my parents right now, and the running joke is me hiding around the corners waiting for them to come around, tossing my childhood stuffed Alf at them, saying you got Alfed. Yeah, this is a great figure.
It's awesome. It's really good.
I'm kind of nervous to open that evil Ryu.
Why? Where are you gonna break it?
It's just so. It seems like it should be on this pedestal with, that light shining down. Exactly. It's the sound.
Hold on, I got some sound effects here. I got.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, hold on. It's maybe this one.
There you go. No, it's got to be like the Heavenly Angels, I think.
Yeah, I don't have a Heavenly Angels. I don't have that one. Do you have a Heavenly Angels?
I don't. a terrible YouTuber.
But here's the thing: even if it blows up on its own, I don't care because it had 4 seasons in Rebels
Right.
being an amazing ship. So
yes, home to that crew.
yeah.
Whereas no, the Crest was like 1 season, 1.5 before. it blew up.
1.5. That's it. 1.5, and
Yeah.
that's like 8 episodes. Like, it wasn't. Again, I love the Razor Crest. I think it's a really cool vehicle, but the Ghost has more of a lineage.
I have multiple Razor Crests unnecessarily.
It's actually kind of my thing. I have 27 Razor Crests.
Stop talking shit about my favorite ship. Come on the show, you know. Rebels budget was slashed. Oh, I'm just trying to catch up real quick.
I see a lot of
Stop.
Giants fans go to hell.
Wow.
Astros fans, cool.
Ryan Ting says Mets, Yankees, Padres, 3 highest payrolls and are all terrible. You see the Jays names. The Jays aren't on that list.
But the Jays are kind of disappointing too, right? Like, they have a
Yeah.
really good team.
I don't know. I don't know what Vladdy had like a small injury and was off for months.
Mm-hmm.
His hitting. All right, back to the #1 sports podcast.
Can I did you get Blacker standing? Because I want to open him up.
Mine's
I'm in this Star Wars mood now.
En route. Yeah, please go for it. I wanted to see if he could get into that, that run that he does once they freed him. He does that really kind of comical jog off screen. It's like, I gotta go pee. It's like, thank God you guys freed me. I was going to wet myself like Kevin at the Legends panel.
Oh man.
Yeah, go for it. It's mine's on the way to. I have a U.S. address, and also
I'll have to help with whatever import fees or something.
Yeah, and also I got the Deadpool too. Did you get the other exclusives?
I think I did Deadpool, Chuckles, and this one using the QR code.
Nice.
But I forgot. When I bought this, I was like, oh shit! I think I ordered it online too. But the Deadpool, that pinless, like, that thing's gorgeous.
Yeah, the expressive hands.
Yeah, they had it in so many fun poses at the con.
And did you guys catch those weapons? Some of those weapons, reminiscent of another comic book team.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. That was super cool. Yeah, Chrysanthemum, when you were at the breakfast, did you have a good look at the N1?
Yes, and it looks awesome. I can't remember. I pre-ordered it from somewhere. I don't know where though. I can't remember.
It's been a while. I hope it comes out soon.
Yeah, because I don't know if I maybe Amazon or BBTS or Entertainment Earth. I don't remember where I did pre-order it from somewhere.
Or all of those.
Yeah, maybe I'll have 7 show up.
Do you how do you feel about spreadsheets and tracking your pre-orders on a spreadsheet?
I do spreadsheets so much for work that I don't want to do it in my personal life.
You want to just roll the dice? Okay.
Yeah, just like at personal life, just like let it roll, whatever.
It's just money. You can't fire me from toy collecting.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, it's a write-off, right? Like, it's for content.
Yeah, this is for content. That's
content.
Why I don't even really like this stuff. I just buy it so you guys have something to watch. Obviously.
The beauty of doing this stream with you and then doing that toy haul video yesterday is like, hey, there's content. I have proof. It was content. I get to write it off. Sorry, Uncle Sam. You can't take this $1. Take all the other ones from me, please. But I love this is pretty sick.
Streets ahead of that Black Series one.
Oh yeah, but they fixed the Black Series one, didn't they? Like, they're doing another one that's better than that bad Chewbacca repaint.
Yeah.
So they got that going for them. I think this is the same as the retail, but you get all these extra accessories. Is the Comic-Con exclusive box, thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Blue swords are dope. What's the story with the dead? There's a bow staff. There's katanas and size. I mean, you can finish that one yourself. But I love.
Was it during the Marvel panel? Was it Jesse Falcon was like just name dropping the thing and like, oh well, no.
There's
was it him?
I just remember Ryan pointing out the weapons. I don't remember any name. I was so focused on trying to be having everything in frame since I had good position. RMD, I would never take your chrysanthemum first, man. You earned it. You didn't have tickets to the con. You went to the what's the store called? The Pulse store, and you got it there. You deserve that, man. That's all you.
Okay, this thing was $40.
Okay.
$39.99 plus tax.
And what do you think?
It's almost worth that.
Oh,
to me. Like,
I
and
didn't
that's
think you were going that way.
no, like it's beautiful. Like the paint apps.
Whoa. Yeah, that looks really good. You can see a lot of the details on the.
Yeah,
Is it hair or fur?
I think fur. I don't know. Let's ask a Wookiee. I don't want to presume.
You can see all the details on the follicles. That somehow sounds worse.
Yeah, that's way
Yeah,
worse.
okay,
I'm uncomfortable now.
We're go-
But no, he looks incredible. I still think $49 is too much, but
Mhm.
I'm not upset about it. It looks really good.
When in SDCC, you know.
Exactly. It's like one of those. I wouldn't spend $40 on a 3 3/4 inch figure in real life, but at Comic-Con, whatever. It's fun. It's fine.
It's almost like someone on the Legends team collects Ninja Turtles, says Ryan Dole. Ryan says, "Can we get a YHS podcast quote for the Deadpool and Bob set?" Oh, also Ryan, man, when you went to the panel and Jay said my name, he shouted out Butter Nation to the camera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
that was awesome.
Representing everybody over there. Thank you.
But he comes with a little cup and the fruit and his his knuckles.
The
it's
electric brass knuckles. Yeah,
because it has these little electric pieces this thing comes with a lot. It comes with a lot. So, Black Chrysanthemum, he's cool as hell. I need to put the rest of his bow staff thingy.
I gotta show people this real quick. I'm gonna make like a haul video. I have it recorded. I just need to edit. Do you ever feel like when you're live you're more on than you are when you're doing a
100%.
pre-record? I make so many mistakes.
Yep.
On a pre-record.
Yep.
Why is that, in your opinion, or for yourself?
I think it's a mental thing where now there's no guardrails, there's no safety anything.
Yeah. And
your brain knows that, and I think it gets out of your way. Versus you're hitting record, there's no stakes. Your brain, you can't distract your brain enough to get out of its own way, I think. Or it just depends on how people's brains work. But I know for me, and it seems like for a lot of people, when it's just you and there's nobody watching, I fuck up way more than if I'm just doing a normal stream. It's
like the Empire. There's no guardrails anywhere when that's going on. Like, how can we channel that? How can we channel the live stream mentality and use it for pre-record? I've been trying to figure that out.
You just have to do it live. Like maybe it's part of your Butter Nation. Like you just have them watch you hit the record, like it's an exclusive.
Oh yeah.
And then there you get the element of live, but it doesn't have to be like live.
Yoko's true. It is funny. I guess that's why we do have those emojis, because otherwise, why would I make mistakes? I brought this comic down with me to San Diego because I knew Chombo was coming all the way from Australia, and he would be there at the convention. He is the artist for this Avengers Tech On series.
Nice.
So he signed it, and he did a little remark on the inside. The really, really dumb thing was Jim Zub is Canadian. He's the writer on the series, and he was on my flight on the way to San Diego.
What?
I chatted with him at the baggage claim.
What?
And afterwards, when I left, I'm like, he's the writer. I could have had him sign that first. And I feel like such a jackass. Because it's like it's right there.
Yeah.
Trauma signed under his name.
Yep.
Idiots. Me.
It's okay. This is what I say to anybody doing Comic-Con. There's going to be 1,000,001 things, and you can't do them all. And you just have to extend yourself some grace, because it's like that kind of moment. It's just like, it just, you still had the moment.
Mhm.
So you didn't get it signed, but you still had that moment, and that's important.
I try to make myself feel better by saying that it probably wouldn't have been good etiquette to ask him outside of the con, hey, can you sign this? So, it's a good thing I just left it. And that's how I sleep
Perfect.
at night.
That's great.
If
That's
that
great.
works.
Even though I'm sure that it would have been like, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to, no problem.
Why just says it's impossible.
What's impossible?
I think the not making mistakes on a pre-record.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then I just get really pissed off. Or even
Yeah,
for like
I
Toy
curse at
Geeks,
myself.
I'll pre-record an intro for like each show, right?
Mhm.
And it's just a little blurb. It takes like 15 seconds. But if I'm pre-recording it, I'll fuck it up like 20 times. Versus if I just have to hit live, I'll nail it live, and it's no problem.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yo, Nick. Nick says, any thoughts on the cyberpunk figures from Jada Toy?
Yeah, they looked really good.
I stood in front of the booth. I was staring at it for like 5 minutes. I was waiting to speak with June, and then, I had like that McBain moment. He's like, on closer inspection, these are soft goods. Like, because of how the wrinkle in the knee was, like that has to only be a statue for that very natural wrinkle. It's a soft goods jacket and pants. Like the whole line is going to be soft goods, and they're still superposable with the clothes on. They look like a lot of fun. If that's a property you're into, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat.
Can we just say like Jada Toys, like low key, I don't know, had their biggest glow up this year at the Comic-Con, just because so many great lines and those toys are looking so good. And
yeah,
like I don't know, they've been coming for a while, just doing really good action figures, but I feel like this was their moment to be like, we're here and we're on par with everybody else here. All the bigs at least.
Absolutely. Who was it? Even the exclusive Booberry, sold out. Even the Ryu and Booberry sold out of the display cases. Like they sold their last units. Chester, Cheetah, I got to see like the paint up.
Cool.
It's not just the molded plastic that's orange for pieces. Like there's actual paint, like, and this gradient yellow orange kind of paint on it, and on the Cheeto too. Like it's
the Cheeto. Oh, it's so cool.
And
like,
it's got the single elbow. It actually reaches back, and you can actually reach the Cheeto to his mouth, or if he's holding anything else. It's very, very posable. Sleeper line, guys. I know I haven't been paying attention much until Street Fighter came out with them, and buy what you can, especially when their distribution isn't as out there as the big names, right? I know people are still having trouble finding Ryu and Fei Long other than BBTS, I think.
Yeah. But I think that'll come with time. I think the more popular they become, hopefully the more avenues by which they can get themselves out there.
That would be fun to see. And June's a great dude. He was like, I know he does a lot of live streams with the Toy Migos, and we hung out together, and he was just simple. Sorry, it's really easy to chat with, and he's really passionate about making Street Fighter toys.
And it shows. Like, to me, it shows when people that are managing a toy line or overseeing a toy line, when it's a property they're passionate about, because usually in turn the result is a really fucking cool toy line. And you can see that there.
When I talked to Kyle, it's like what the toys that we played with as kids, it was like just a guy sculpting toys. Maybe he wasn't into that stuff. Most likely he wasn't, and it was just the job, right? But now those toys got into the hands of the people who are now old enough to be in positions to make these toys. So it's just for us now. and it's just a lot of quality and details that hardcore or like super fans would notice in the toys.
Yep, for sure.
But she's June's the best. Chun-Li, I'm still waiting for Fei Long. Chun-Li is next. But yeah, make sure you get the Chester. There's a lot of wrestling references. Oh, Retro Cabal. It was
Them as well, yeah.
I think they were at the panel, right? Thank you
Yeah,
for
they
being
were.
here.
They won the Biolante
Yes.
that we gave away.
Oh, are you gonna open that Magneto? I would like to take a look.
Oh,
at that.
sure, yeah, let's do that. I can do him next. Yeah.
So in the breaking into the industry panel at the end, Boog from ACBA asked like, hey, I'm paraphrasing, get some toy photographers on there, because there are people out there who take pictures of toys, do toy photography. Certain ones get noticed by companies and actually get hired as like in-house photographers.
Yeah.
To kind of showcase these toys. Mondo recently I think got in touch with Brandon, who runs this account called Batman the Articulated Series.
Yeah.
He recreates Batman, the cartoon animated series, with the DC line, the older one, but now he's got on with Mondo to reveal the Man Bat and did the photography for those. And like, he was the perfect person to do that stuff. And that's just another cool thing to see. Oh, okay. Exploding feature.
I can't throw it too far. I don't want to hit the USS flag. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Got it in the bag. So if you ordered yours, it'll be safely packed.
That's a line that's just like, it looks great. I'm gonna just keep it on my peripherals. I can't get into that.
I mean, honestly, same. I got the He-Man figure, and I had problems with mine. I was like, maybe that's a sign I don't need to spend $250, $270 on big action figures. But they just keep coming with like amazing looking stuff. Yeah, I think this is magnetized, so this pops off like that, and then you've got your Magneto right here. Nice
Is he from that side of the pond?
I don't know. I was just doing an accent.
It's fun.
I don't think so. All right, let's.
Yeah, just get right in there. Trevor is a very talented toy photographer. He does photography for Four Horsemen. He's done some for Animal Warriors, and honestly, every company that hires him to do photos, it's a smart move, because he's killer with that stuff. Says, I've tried for 3 years to get toy photography panel at NYCC, no dice. Is there anything similar in San Diego, do you think?
I don't know. I will say I've known the programming people at Comic-Con for, again, over 15 years. They're very nice, and they're very, like, it's a non-profit, San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
So, it's there's a lot of chaos with it, but it's kind of insane because it's a lot of volunteer staff, and it's not some big corporation putting this on. Like, it's very much
oh, okay.
A group of passionate people that make that stuff happen.
All right,
So
Trevor,
it's kind of like a hot toy. If you ever had one of those like multi levels and layers of plastic trays.
Yeah, we have Embered Wings in the chat. AI Collectibles, good to see you. Johnny says the chat had a lot of confused people when Biolante was announced as the giveaway.
Oh yeah. Like how so? Just like, what's going on?
I mean, they're great. They're great toys over at Mondo. I just don't have space for big X-Men at the moment.
But here, we also gave away a Magneto.
You did
at the panel.
You did.
I can't remember who won it, but I hope they're enjoying it.
So I think I always gave my giveaway item to, I think it was one of your kids.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, nope, that's my son. He doesn't need it.
I tried to get my wife to go into the to go win Magneto.
But yeah, if you haven't had, they're like big action figures. It's not like a hot
Yeah.
toy, you know. They kind of just work like big, 12-inch scale action figures.
But they look good.
They're really good.
And they
Really,
also have
really
that Wolverine in the stupid meme box. I thought that was a brave move. I think it was last year or the year before.
Yes. But it's and even the VHS Wolverine did the same. I have that little frame from the VHS one.
Oh yeah, that's right. They included the frame as an accessory. Love
Yes.
that. Is he a thick boy?
He's well, with the cape, it's kind of holding him up, but my arms are getting a little bit tired, I gotta admit. He's a thick boy. But he looks great. He looks freaking awesome. He comes with 2 other head sculpts. Let's see. My favorite was the unhelmeted Magneto. Looking like a silver fox. I mean, just look at that.
Wow.
Like, hello.
That looks great.
And then he had kind of Magneto in the shadows head sculpt as well. What you put on there?
Oh, okay.
Which the 97 one kind of does a bit of both. Like he's kind of like a little bit
right.
And then he's magnetic as well, so he has all of these pieces that like magnetically connect to his hands.
Ooh, effects pieces.
Yeah,
YHS says there should be more toy panels in general. I'm trying to figure out what army should in general. So let's say for SDCC, the entire con floor feels toy and collectible focused. Yeah. Maybe, is that just the bubble that we're in though?
Well, I think it's a bit of that because it goes beyond that. But I just feel like this year, especially without actors there, I feel like the toys kind of had run of the show. I mean, comics were obviously there too and all that kind of stuff. But it is probably our own biases as well. But yeah, so they have the little magnetic spots in these hands. So I think these pieces, magnetically like connect to the hand.
Hold it like that way.
Which way? This way?
Gravity. Reverse gravity. Yeah, nice. No, that's gravity. That looks good.
Yeah. And then, but even so like these metal pieces magnetically connect.
Ooh, metal junk. I like it.
So it's a really great set. But I also want to give a shout out to the Marvel Legends 97 X-Men stuff. Looks I want all of them.
Yeah.
Because
so
they're going to replace most of my 90s equivalent X-Men. I think just about all of them in my Sentinel display.
Yeah, at the breakfast, Dan was being coy. I just realized he's like, "How do you feel about like a all X-Men 97 look line?" And I'm like, "Isn't that what VHS is?" He goes, "Well, you'll have to wait and see." I didn't know it'd be the next day. It was the same day.
I think it was
Thursday.
the same day.
It was the same day. He's a tricky dude, that Dan, but he loves what he's doing, and it's great. Because I remember I was walking. I think I told somebody I was walking, and I heard Ryan's voice as I went by the Marvel booth. I'm like, "Hey, that's Ryan. Let's see what he's doing." He's on stage with Jesse and Agent M, and he's like, "Let's reveal the new X-Men 97 figures." So I was in the right place at the right time, and it's cool. It's cool to get them all in the same look for the new show.
Yep.
Which is it's a continuation of the old cartoon. Let's see.
All right.
Ryan says X-Men 97 Wolverine and Magneto has sculpted trunks. As like to accentuate something? Riley Bob, X-Men 97 finally got me. I've avoided Marvel Legends, but they finally got me. They look perfect.
Oh, the the sculpting on them just so good. They just have this life to them.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and they look great in pictures, but I don't think they do them justice because they look so freaking good
Hmm.
in person. I can't wait to get. I'm gonna get all like. There's not a clunker. Like sometimes like a wave of Marvel Avengers or Black Series, it'll be like, I was like, you know, whatever. I guess if it's a build a figure, I have to get it.
Hmm.
Like every single one of them is a banger.
Yeah, there's no dud in that line,
Yeah,
which is good to see. I don't have any. No, I have VHS Wolverine.
I had the VHS Wolverine. He's good. He's better than the other yellow and blue Wolverine, but I didn't
Mhm.
love the cell shading. And to me, this new Wolverine is lights out. Awesome.
Pinless everything.
Pinless, multiple head sculpts. And the claws look really good. Like,
Right. It's taken Legends a long time to really nail down a set of Wolverine claws that weren't like carpal tunnel when they came out of the package too.
Uh-huh.
Remember back in the day, you'd have to heat them.
Like the Toy Biz one, like the brown suit Wolverine from the Toy Biz line. That was my favorite Wolverine. But those claws, like,
Yeah, the claws were like my hair; they would all swoosh over to one side.
Yes.
Both of them, like on both hands. It was unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some great stuff in there. But can you school me real quick on what a Crystar is?
Oh, well, it's a old Marvel comic, vintage toy line. But I think it's the fact that
Oh,
it's a
there's
vintage
toys too.
Yeah, and
Okay.
really cool. It's like all translucent plastic, and it's just one of those kind of cult classic toy lines from the 80s. And it's beloved by the people who know about it. And the fact that they tapped it for a Marvel Legends figure, to me, I think we said it on our show yesterday, like that was one of the greatest things that happened at the con, just because nobody thought was thinking it, and it was such a surprise. And the figure looks so freaking good. And for a lot of us that are like vintage toy fans, like I think we're really, really excited by that figure, and then whatever else maybe they could tap into for the Marvel Legends line, because there's a lot of other Marvel comics that represent different like, I don't know, there's a lot of potential. That figure's amazing, and the potential for whatever other things that can maybe tap into is also really exciting.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, hey, I'm happy for the people who know what it is. I just want like a translucent looking Iceman in that style, if that's what it means for me. Maybe down the line.
Or maybe you just got to get into Crystar.
I don't know who that is.
You don't need to. It's just a cool toy.
All right, if I see it, I'll make a decision on the spot. I think it's from an era where, like, I just moved here from Hong Kong, and a lot of the stuff that I had as a kid, I don't know, either lost in translation or I didn't know what it was at the time.
Sure.
There's a lot of stuff where I only found out what toys I had like maybe 8-10 years ago. I'm like, oh, these are Visionaries, or these are something else, but I had them and I played with them. I had a lot of the He-Man stuff, Silverhawks, Mask. Like I have a lot of I think toys that from that golden age of the rise of action figures kind of stuff. There's had a lot of GI Joes, but just I never really caught many of the properties and the shows that came with it. So I'm still happy for people.
Yeah.
We have about 5 minutes left. Does anyone, it's 11 on the East Coast time almost.
Well, I don't want to sound like I'm like some, I
No,
have
this
to
is
be out
good.
by 11. I need M&Ms, but no brown M&Ms. I don't want to seem like
it's good to be conscious of it, and also again the replay value for people. I do want to say though, I do want to ask, how's it been starting like a second channel on you, like GEEK.DAD.LIFE 2?
it's more, And this is like if you want to play the inside baseball of YouTube and the YouTube
Mhm.
algorithm.
Yeah, this show's purely for me and learning things for myself.
But the way YouTube finds an audience for you,
Mhm.
they really care about your click-through rates. So like, are they clicking your thumbnails or your titles or whatever? And then when they do click, are they watching? Like, how
Right.
long do they watch when they click on it? And with that data, they then try to find you an audience that does that more often than not. And so what happened when my channel became, or the audience that I found was more toy focused,
Right.
when I would do videos on a movie or a TV show or something not related to toys,
Mhm.
YouTube wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it. And people wouldn't watch it. And then it would kind of fuck with the algorithm or whatever. So, there's this running theory that you should, segment your content based on the type of content that it is. So, a year or so ago, I spun off anything related to TV shows or movies or what have you onto GDL2.
Mhm.
So that way, when I post, like before that, I would post a video on the Batman or something, and it would get way less views than my other videos. It would show like negative subscribers because people would like unsubscribe when they would see those videos. And so I was like, okay, all right, fine, I'll put them over here and they'll exist there because I still want to talk about those things. So,
Yeah.
so that's the whole second channel or third channel. Some people do like. I'm a huge Mr. Beast fan. I think he's figured out his editing, his pacing, his storytelling has cracked the watch through metric code. But
Mhm.
even he does like he has like 10 channels, all different types of content that he's trying to hit to.
That's a
Yeah.
great example. I saw him mention one thing that completely blew my mind. He's like, "I'll just take some of my videos, I'll hire someone to like dub it in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and then like have a whole Mr. Beast channel in Spanish, and then
Yeah.
now you're targeting a whole different language speaking audience there
Yeah.
that you weren't getting before." I was like,
Yeah.
you've made this content,
Mm-hmm.
you're just making it work for you. So,
Yeah.
that's it's definitely take a page out of his book and
He's
something to
figured
look
it
to.
out. Like people shit on him, and I don't know why, but maybe there's jealous or something. But like how he runs that business
Hmm.
and approaches content creation, I think is brilliant. Somebody like, oh well, if I had $1 million, I could make that video too. It's like, but still, like his pacing and just how he sets the story structure up in like a 10-minute video. There's no point where you're like, I'm gonna look away. Like the second you start getting a little bored, he hits you with like a B storyline that you're gonna then get interested in, and then take you to the C storyline, then back to the A storyline.
Yeah.
Like it's the editing and the storytelling is brilliant from a modern YouTube watch through thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean because we do the Boba Squadron podcast talking about, Star Wars shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, but we talk about the toys that come out, and news, Star Wars related stuff. So it kind of works. Have you noticed when you separated it that, you're not getting negative subscribers? Like it's
Yeah,
actually making a difference on its own little
exactly.
space.
Like it can grow in its own space. But I will say it's harder in our situations where we have family and a job and all that kind of stuff. Like the GDL2 it doesn't get as much attention as GDL Prime or
Right.
whatever, right? So
Like my Twitch stream.
right, exactly. And so it doesn't grow at the rate of GDL Prime because it's not the thing I put the most time and attention into.
Mhm.
And truthfully, the thing I am most passionate about aside from music is toy collecting. It's the thing I've been so naturally that's the thing I spend the most time on because that's what
Right.
I enjoy the most. And then I do like talking about TV and movies, but I don't as much as I enjoy, toy hunting and finding that thing I've been looking for forever.
Yeah, we didn't. I wanted to do a toy hunt with you when we were out there, but it's just like go all the
Yes.
time. If you're ever up here in Canada, Toronto, we can do some toy hunting. We
Mhm.
can do some
Ooh, I
Toys R Us
love that. I've
action.
never been to
Yeah.
Canada. I've only In the Americas, I've only been to Mexico and the U.S. I've never done the Great White North.
Well, there you go. There you go. We
And
can do
Toronto's
some
like
of that.
just it's a hop, skip, and a jump from like the States, right? Because isn't it true
Yeah.
that like most people that live in Canada actually like live lower than the highest American state or something like that?
I don't know, but
I think I saw
we're
something
like
like that.
we're very close to the border.
Yeah,
Like
because like
it's like an hour.
Toronto, like all the populated areas are kind of below Maine in the U.S.
I don't know how an American map works or how it's everything's located.
Well,
but it's
Maine's like
possible.
up here, right? I think like up Maine is like here, and then like Toronto is like right there or something like that.
I could look this up. Oh, I recently figured out how to convert Fahrenheit and Celsius without needing to.
Really? I still haven't figured that one out.
It's so stupid, but someone I had to watch a YouTube video to help me break it down. But I usually have this here ready for people who need it.
There's things like, to me, I feel like Celsius makes more sense than Fahrenheit. I will readily admit that. Generally, the metric system just makes more sense. It's kind of cool. I read a Napoleon biography, a really good Napoleon biography. But like he was the reason why you have like the metric system.
Oh,
So like Napoleon came to power and he was like, we're gonna believe in science and shit, and we're gonna come up with a better way to like measure things.
what a
And
concept.
so like he empowered these scientists and they came up with the metric system. Was like, great, France is all gonna be metric system. And that became kind of the standard that everybody but the US follows.
I think there's like we this comes up often enough. I think there's like one or two other countries that are still.
Is there? I feel like we're the last one, I thought. Is there like some little one or something? I don't know.
I think it's like yeah, I forget.
Mm.
But yes, I don't need to use that information anymore. It was confusing. So when we first got to the Airbnb, I set the temperature, the AC, as cold as possible to get the house cool.
Yep.
And after 2 days, my wife was like, "I'm freezing. It's at like 64 or something."
Mm-hmm.
And I think we did the math. It was like 17 Celsius.
Yeah.
And we normally set the house at 22. So that was my mistake.
22, that's kind of high, I feel like. 22. What is that? Is that 76, 78? What is that?
Some of the equations, right?
Oh, damn it. Now I didn't realize we had to do math tonight. Damn it.
We don't. Hyperspace Case says 60% of all Canadians live within 150 kilometers of the USA. I mean, that's a decent radius. Trevor, how granular do you think you need to get? My channel is toy photography, but also toy reviews and news.
I think that all fits in within that niche, right? It's
Yeah.
toy connected. Like the way YouTube it works is like it's going to, whenever you post a video, it's going to try to find you an audience based on the metadata of your video. So the things you're talking about in the video, the tags, the description, the title, and it'll try and find the audience that cares about that. And if it connects, that's when you'll see like your video blow up beyond what it normally does, because it means it's found the audience for you. And so it'll continue to try and spread that audience out from that initial point. But then what happens when you post a video that's not related to that audience, say not toy collecting, it'll put it out there and it won't get the response. They're like, oh, they hate this channel now. We're not going to show it to anybody. And
yeah,
it is
it's a head scratcher.
A way to spoil the Joaquin Phoenix movie, Jay. I assume that movie's not going to cover all of it. He's a fascinating dude. I'm not saying he was perfect. He was a tyrant in many ways, but he actually did a lot of good things as well. Really good biography. I'll check it out. He wasn't short either. That's a misconception. The British did that to kind of like fuck with him, because the British hate the French, and they hated Napoleon. But he was average height for his day.
All right, this is our B storyline. A little history, a little math.
A little Napoleon, a little maths.
Yeah, some of the hunting videos that I do, I feel like it maybe seems like more interviewish than actual toys itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like on the channel, it's like maybe it needs to be something separate. You know, it's weird.
But I like your toy hunting videos. I think they're really good. Your production quality is really good.
Thank you. Well, we can do
But
one.
I would love to. I would love to. So I just gotta get to Toronto. That's what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days. I don't. Is there a good con there? Is there an event in? You have the film festival, but I don't really do film stuff in Toronto.
Yeah, that's for GDL too.
There we go. There we go.
No, there's a Toronto Fan Expo, which is next month, but again, it's like a fraction of what SDCC is.
And nothing's like SDCC. The SDCC is it's its own thing. But I will be going to PowerCon next month, so I'm excited for that one. First time going to PowerCon in Chicago, or not Ohio. I don't want to say Chicago.
What about Legions Con? That's a pretty huge kind of
When
convention.
is that one?
November? I like to make things up.
I don't know. Probably not. There's eventually like a point where I was like, all right, I'm done conning, and I just need to like, I don't know, be home.
Yeah, 15 SDCCs. I can see that.
Yeah, and there's that too. But what's nice about having done so many Comic Cons is if I miss something, whatever. You can't see everything. You can't make it to everything. It's impossible. So you just have to like just let it happen and just enjoy the moments as they come. And those are the things that are special. Like, and you can't plan that. Like running into you while we're doing the selfie series, right? Like you can't plan those moments, and those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones that make going to Comic-Con all the worthwhile.
You chose the Ghostbusters body?
I did Ghostbuster body, yeah. Because I didn't do it the first round because they had it at Comic-Con the year before, and I tested. I was like, this looks like crap. I'm still a little miffed though that the brown hair is like kind of auburn hair. It's not. Yeah. It's not brown hair, and so I feel like it's still not going to look great.
Was it just the app? Or
no, because what the other guy, he had the brown hair, and it was like auburn hair. It wasn't brown.
Oh no.
So whatever. It's better though. It is better. 2.0 is better.
And you can choose glasses.
You do glasses. The scan was like, your scan turned out really well. I thought yours looked really good.
My face is pretty plain, so it worked. There's no details.
Really. I think since you didn't have like a lot of facial hair, you have it. It'll translate better because you have to choose the beards, and the beards were okay. They weren't great for me, at least.
I wish that was a real life feature. Trevor. Yeah, go chat with Jay.
Yeah, I'll be around. Hit me up. Say hey. I hope to see anyone. I
feel like I know you from somewhere. What's up, Ryan? Is this another Ryan? Could there be another Ryan? This was my first San Diego Comic-Con, and I would not be opposed to returning. I would definitely get into the hotel lottery and not an Airbnb because I can take the bus. Some of them have a shuttle.
Yep.
That is huge because you don't have to worry about taking a $30 round trip just to drop off some toys in the middle of the day, and you can hang out for a bit.
Yeah, to me, if you can get one of the hotels that are walkable from the convention center, that's the ultimate. If you can pull that off, that's what you got to do. I've been very fortunate for 13, 14 years now to like have a hotel within range of the convention center. And yeah, it makes all the difference because you're right. If you're carrying around all that shit that you buy, like you want to drop that off. You don't want to keep carrying that around.
Exactly. What's up, Matthew Toy? You get points, enabler points for this right here. Thank you so much for letting me use this. Yeah, my mic fits right in here.
That's awesome.
Okay, before we go, one last thing. What is your setup going to be? What's your camera setup going to be for the next convention? What have you landed on?
I don't know. Like you said, you like the iPhone better. I saw it was cool. Like he had like a little what is it, monopod, stand, and it seems so effortless and easy compared to like, all right, my iPhone, here plug in the Rode Wireless Pro 2 and get the thing stuck in here, and then I'm going around like this. But you said you prefer the iPhone, so maybe I just stick with the iPhone.
I have it too. I'll send you some of my footage from the 360 camera from within the breakfast in like a smaller space, and then you can kind of have a look and see.
Well, it's just like the shots. You didn't like the shots that it took, or
Yeah, I think once you zoom in and you crop it to like a normal
Aspect
angle,
ratio.
yeah, um, your iPhone will probably be better. I mean, I did all of the live stream panels from my iPhone
Yeah.
and the in booth and interviews from the panel too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
haven't had I don't know. Are you a Final Cut guy or an Avid guy? What's your editing
I
software?
use the DaVinci Resolve.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty robust and it's free. And I think Robo put me onto it a few years ago. I finally tried using it. I didn't feel
Yeah.
like paying a subscription
Yeah.
fee. Yeah,
I'm a
that's why.
Final Cut guy because I've been an Apple guy since like
There you
1989.
go.
But with Final Cut 10, my one problem with the iPhone is the video codecs or whatever. It doesn't translate, so I have to like convert it into the proper format so it looks good. And
Hmm.
that conversion makes the file size gigantic, at least in Final Cut. But if you did you not have the instant, you just move over the file and didn't have to like change the formatting or anything?
From the iPhone,
Yeah, the video that the iPhone
yeah,
captured.
I just edited the file that I recorded with on the phone,
Yeah.
and that's it. Posted it. It's good to go.
Apple's so frustrating sometimes.
Yes,
The end.
it is the end. We should do a podcast on creating content.
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
We should do that.
Content creators.
Yeah, I think this is about as good time to wrap it up. If you have any last minute questions in the chat, go ahead and type them in real
Yeah,
quick.
let's rapid fire. Let's do it.
But what was the favorite thing that for you that you opened tonight?
I think that
Ooh.
Black Chrysanthemum and Alf, I think. But I think Alf wins.
Alf wins.
I think Alf wins. He's
You
just
picked
fun.
the two furry follicly characters. No,
That's true.
Spielberg.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy I have this Spielberg. Don't get me wrong, right? See, look, I got Hook on VHS right here.
Nice.
I got E.T. E.T.'s probably my favorite movie. If I just had like not related to anything, I just love E.T. Jurassic Park. So clearly, I love me some Spielberg. I love having a Spielberg action figure. But it's not a great action figure. But these are great action figures. These are great.
Those are objectively really good action figures.
Yeah, and Black Chrysanthemum, he's a badass. He was awesome, and one of the few awesome things I think in Book of Boba Fett. And I don't know, where did you side on Book of Boba Fett? Did you like Book of Boba Fett?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Same.
Mando's episodes were the best part.
Right. Exactly. And it's kind of sad. I feel like Mando season 3 also kind of felt disjointed a little bit, like Book of Boba Fett. But anyways, and then love Alf. I love he has this fucking camcorder. It's just his retro 90s shit. 80s.
I think that might be. That sounds like the one for you.
Yeah. How about you?
I think this really chonky turtle is a lot of fun.
Chonky turtle.
He's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll do a separate video with the SH Figure Arts. Gwen, I was so into the conversation today, I forgot to to open that thing. But it's all good. There's always more toys to open. These two hate Star Wars. Well, if you love Star Wars, tune into Gotham City tonight.
I love Star Wars. I'm not like one of those like Kathleen Kennedy's the devil person. I'm like, put some respect on Kathleen's name. She, again, a lot of these tapes I have here also have her name on them. But here's my question to you: shut up, Kayla. If
That's not a question.
no, yeah, sorry. Andor was incredible. Some of the best Star Wars ever. And was Mando coming after that? Like, was my mind like were my expectations in a different place after Andor, which was amazing, and Mando, which just wasn't. It didn't have the same vibe or wasn't going for the same thing.
Andor definitely raised the bar for Star Wars anything,
Yeah.
movie, TV, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think a more mainstream show like Mando, it did not reach the same level.
hmm
Um, but again, there's probably people a more casual Star Wars fan is like, why is Andor so boring?
right.
Where
Yeah.
are the explosions? So it's definitely Star Wars is so expansive and there's so many different types of content that like
hmm
one of these will hit for somebody. It
Absolutely.
casts a very wide net. If you don't
Yeah.
like that, cool, go watch this. If
Yep.
you don't like a HasLab ghost ship, don't back it.
Yeah.
Other people will love it.
Yeah.
But it definitely for me set the bar much higher for what Andor did.
Even just reading One Way Out, I get a little misty. Like that's how fucking good it is.
Although I do enjoy a good armor voice and seeing all the Mandos
Of
on
course,
screen. That's a lot of
I
fun.
didn't hate season 3, but I was just like, it was. It kind of had that. Season 2 ended on such a crescendo, like such a an amazing end note to
Mhm.
me. And anytime a show does that, like you end at this apex, it usually that following season, it's hard to kind of recatch your bearings and kind of get back into the flow of
Mhm.
whatever story you're trying to tell. And that's me what Mano 3 that's what it felt like. It was like, okay, you're having a hard time finding your footing on where you want to go
And
for it
that
now.
momentum is kind of stalled too.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you have to pick it up again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Gollum crushed it in Andor.
I mean, I don't I think nominations already happened, and I don't think he got a nomination, but he should have.
Mhm. Well, I can't wait for season 2.
Mhm.
All right, Jay. I have to say, because of you, one of the coolest highlights of the year and for Comic Con was being on the panel. Thank you so much for having me on
Yeah.
there, and it's great to chat with you here one on one.
Same.
And what should people be looking out for from you? Where should they follow you? What's coming up soon?
Yeah. So Geek Dad. Oh shit! Wait.
Other side.
Mirrors. There we go. I mean, at GEEK.DAD.LIFE.
Nope.
Yeah. Whoa. Just wrapped up our Comic Con coverage yesterday on both channels with After Dark and Toy Geeks yesterday. What's coming up? PowerCon is coming up. So that's pretty exciting. Plus Turtles, Mutant Mayhem dropping August 2nd.
Is it August 2nd?
August 2nd is coming up. So I will definitely do a review on that in GDL2. I don't know what other, Mutant Mayhem merch might come out, but definitely we'll try to do a review of that or something if something comes out of relevance. But and then I'll be at PowerCon and trying to cover that as well. It's my first time at the Ohio one, and from what I saw last time, there was a lot of really good toy vendors there. So I'm trying to make sure I got enough cash in my pocket so I can get some cool stuff.
Sweet. Yeah, I didn't even look at vendors. I just saw all
Every toy company
companies.
ever is there, I feel like, save for maybe Hasbro and Mattel.
Okay. Well,
Also, did you see the promo for Mutant Mayhem? They got the I Like Turtles kid to
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I saw that today.
And have you seen like the side-by-side comparisons? Like they
Yeah.
timed it perfectly. He says, I like turtles, like at the same time if you play them side by side.
That's just good marketing.
Bravo.
Good
marketing team.
Hell yeah. Yes, so go check out GEEK.DAD.LIFE and GDL2 here on YouTube and see what Jay has going on in the future for the conventions. Next week, I'll be back on Thursdays with the Enablers. We'll be talking about SDCC. And we didn't really get to hang out much there other than for the live stream, but a lot of cool stuff to go through and still a lot of toys to unbox. August 13th, if you're in the Greater Toronto area, I'm doing a toy tailgate. So if you have something in your collection, some stuff you want to sell, get rid of, or find pieces for your collection, stop by Heroes World. It's going to be all outdoors, so hopefully the weather is nice. Paul Sun Young Lee will be there signing autographs and taking selfies. I always mix those two sentences up. And of course, comic book artist Mike Del Mundo is going to be there, and some cool people. And Fan Expo is at the end of August, so I'll be doing some coverage there. Hopefully, some interviews and I don't think there's any live stream panels, but subscribe and check out more content. I have a few more SDCC videos to edit and post. I don't have the withdrawals yet because I'm still living it through all the editing. But I'm sure the week after that, I'll be like, all right, where can I get the next live stream? I gotta ride this high. Jay, dude, you're an awesome guy and great person to talk to. Thank you so much for sharing some knowledge with us and sharing your toys as well.
Absolutely. And thanks for having me. This has been a blast. And I hope to do it again sometime. All right, gotta have you on Toy Geek sometime as well.
Anytime. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Everyone, if you have a second, hit the thumbs up on your way out. Have yourselves a great evening and keep toying around. Peace. I usually like to sing a song in the 10 seconds. Want to give us a little sample?
This is a song as we're going out. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and the bell.
Ow!